Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Let's Play Occult Chronicles with me, your host Tim. It's time to continue the adventures of Harley Faerun in her efforts to sneak, stealth, that's kind of the same thing, and stab her way past all of the horrible creatures, ghosts, and what have you inside this terrible, horrible mansion of horribleness. That was pretty bad, Tim. Before we go any further, I did do a little bit of modding, and I added stopping power to the Luger on the efforts of just having it be done quickly. There's another pistol in the game, the Colt 45, and I think the Smith & Wesson is another one, which has stopping power associated with it. It gives you other options when you engage with certain creatures or encounters. The Luger doesn't normally have it. It's only used in actual combat, but I'm so used to my ranged weapons having this that I gave it to the Luger as well. If it looks like it's unbalanced, we'll just drop it. To make up for the fact that I gave it to the Luger, though, when it normally doesn't have it, I made the effect a little weaker than it normally would be. Normally, stopping power decreases the target that you need to beat... what is it? To beat beasts and humans by 2. I lowered this to 1 to make the Colt 45 and Smith & Wesson still a decent weapon to use in those situations. Also, I've discovered why we can't use Odic's shield. It took me long enough to realize this. We don't have a pentacles bones, and until we get that, we aren't casting Odic's shield. So, we need to get a bone of pentacles. That means the next points we're going to be... oh, what? I can actually move... oh, I can move using the WASD keys. How about that? Anyway, yes, so we're going to save up for a bone of pentacles next. Okay, so back to exploring the second floor. Oh, hello. That looks like a pit. You have found a clue. +2 draw bonus. Oh, it must be burnt ashes or something. You come across a corpse of a young man. He hasn't been dead long. There are 2 odd bite marks on his neck. Well, we knew there's a vampire in here. A dying plant man. You notice a human figure curled up into a fetal position and struggling for breath. It's obvious that whatever it is, it's sick and probably dying. As you draw closer, you realize that this figure before you isn't human. It's some sort of weird half-plant and half-human lab experiment monstrosity. You occasionally encounter things that science shouldn't meddle with, and this is one of those. You stare in horror at the pathetic creature and wonder what madness would drive someone to create this. Oh, this is pretty bad. Oh, okay. Well, that's fantastic. Thank you, game. Your mind is strong. You have seen things far worse than this. You're part of the team that broke into the 5th lab and discovered the twisted alchemy created creatures called chimeras. This isn't anywhere near as bad as that. The dying plant man looks up at you expectantly. You think that you can recognize emotions in its facial expressions, fear and pain. In between labored breaths, it seems to be chittering like it was trying to communicate with you. Its message is plain. Please end this. You get sick just looking at it. You don't need to deal with this right now. Well, we can't kill him, unfortunately. Or fortunately. Class 1 haunting. The haunting manifests itself as a dim ball of light. It has no sense of its previous life or existence. It wanders hopelessly lost. You should exercise caution. These haunts cannot be reasoned with, and they can be lethal if disturbed. We'll destroy the ghost. Oof. Probably not with this hand, though. Nope. You engage in a psychic duel with the ghost. It overwhelms your psychic defenses and tries to get into your mind. Alright, again. We need to kill it. We better get swords. That's pretty much what this hand says. Okay, I want to win. We're going to use the king. Awesome. Use the queen. Okay, that worked out. You engage in a psychic duel with the ghost. It turns its mindless anger and desperation against you, but you prevail. You feel that whatever it was before would thank you for the peace you gave it. darn it. Really wanted more experience points. Alright. A locked door. You see a locked wooden door. There is a worn keyhole right where it belongs, but no sign of a key anywhere. We can smash it in, but I don't think we need to do that. This was going to be easy enough to attempt to pick the lock. Actually, let's leave it alone really quick. What's my edge for this? Not flipping the last one of these. Okay. Attempt to pick the lock. Oof. This is an incredibly bad draw. Seems you overestimated your ability to master this mechanism. You scratch your head in dismay. Failing a lock is similar to a trap. We might get an aura of misfortune here. I love the music to this. Alright, let's try it again. A little bit better. If we get a cups, this will be a piece of cake. We'll take the extra 1 point. The lock opens. You are just as talented with the lock as you thought. The mechanism clicks and you turn the knob to open the door. You can't crawl across the bed, you have to go around the bed. Please no trap. And no clue token either. Another locked door. Alright, well, we'll have to pick the lock again. I've had worse hands than this. We'll hold on to the one unrevealed card to get the extra point. The lock opens. You are just as talented with the lock as you thought. The mechanism clicks and you turn the knob to open the door. Nice! Awesome! I think that's our third one of those. Ooh, this is a pretty big room. Let's save the game. That was an Aura of Fortune. What was this? Oh, right, the floor. We never need to go back into that bedroom. A woman in red. You see the figure of a woman silhouetted against the wall. You call out, "Who's there?" but get no response. You almost wonder if it might be a mannequin of some sort. A sudden chill envelops you as you step closer. The shape shifts and turns to face you, revealing the outlines of smoky wings that unfold and then flit in and out of the darkness. Your eyes widen in disbelief as you confront what is obviously a winged woman of some sort. You think it must be a succubus. Your mind strains to comprehend the demonic creature that stands before you. Oh, that's unlucky. Oh, okay, we did it. Your mind is strong. You have seen things far worse than this. It's a girl with wings. She can't be that scary. Yes, you decide this is most surely a succubus. You remember your odd training in dealing with minor demonics? You must be on your toes here. She will try and manipulate you into doing something rash, no doubt. She looks upon you with the saddest eyes that you think you have ever seen. She seems to want to speak with you. Now, I've never been able to get her to talk with me. Ever. So, I don't know what I have to do to make that happen. She's guarding the door forward, though. This will be one of the few times I actually decide to just try to finish her off. It looks like it will bleed just fine. It won't be the first demonic creature whose physical form you have destroyed. Well, we better get pentacles, or it's pretty bad for us. That's awesome. And we won. Let's do this and then use our dagger. Nice. That... Oh, that still didn't let me take either one. That sucked. Oof. You won the battle. You almost regret it. The creature seemed to simply walk towards its execution. I'm so sorry. I don't know what actually interacts with that. That. The Hanged Ghost. You see something swinging gently back and forth ahead in the gloom. As you approach, you can make out the outlines of a body hanging by its neck and from a rope attached to the ceiling. Suddenly, the head tilts up from its resting spot against its chest, and the face of the hanged man smiles at you. It's quite a fright. The sight of a grinning hanged man threatens to loosen your grip on reality. Your mind buckles under the stress of confronting the supernatural nightmare, and your sanity is hanging by a thread. The hanging man continues to grin at you in a sheepish way. It doesn't seem to be a hostile spirit. It probably just wants to be left alone. Lie for the groom. The groom wants you to lie for him and tell Constance, the ghostly bride, that he has passed to the spirit world beyond, where she cannot find him. He wants you to memorize some lines to recite to her. Summon the groom to the wedding, which will be tougher. Or flee the ghost. Oh wow, this is actually really flippin' difficult. We'll try lying for him. Well, not with this hand. We're not gonna. You fumble your lines and can't seem to get any of his straight. The ghost palms its face in dismay. We will try again. No reason not to play the page. We've probably lost this one. Oh, holy crap, or not, or we actually won. And we get a little more points. You go over the ghostly groom's plan in detail, memorize the lines that you are to say to the ghostly bride. My name is Master Gracely, and I thank you for helping me out of my predicament. I simply won't marry Constance, not in this world or the next. She's a monster, I tell you. Master Gracely explains his plan to you, an elaborate lie that will convince Constance to move on. You have the lie memorized. All you need to do is go and sell it. Another clue. Awesome. This is why you want to check every single space that you possibly can. Let's take a look at what that clue says. Scribble on wall. You find a scribble written on the wall in what appears to be dried blood. Beware. Nosferatu. Malevolent shadows. Oh, I've been dreading encountering these things. This will be tough for us to kill. You are surprised by a sudden flickering of shadow that spreads out around you. You feel like you are being choked by some invisible force. Your eyes bulge as you fight to gasp for air, and the dark shadows swirl around you. Wow, we can take the ace with the 2. We will do that. Nice. Wow. Awesome. Your mind is strong. You shake off the feeling that you are choking and finally breathe freely. 2 creatures of shadows swirl around you. You recognize immediately that you are dealing with a type of ghostly creature that feeds off human emotions, fear and pain being the most succulent to these creatures. You can either stand firm and fight them, or run and hope to fight another day. That's not a bad draw. We have a better chance of fleeing, but I think we'll stay. You decide to use your psychic talents to destroy the shadow spirits. They cannot be dismissed or reasoned with. They are the twisted and evil remnants of extreme human suffering. We have to use the page. Oof. Good thing we drew the one we did when we drew it. We have to use the king. That lets us also defeat them. Oh, wonderful. Holy crap. You engage in a psychic duel. You stand firm and use your talents to bottle them up in a psychic containment field. Then you crush the field and push them into the spirit world. They'll be back, though. That was a random encounter. Courage! Holy crap, courage tokens. I was hoping we would get some of them. Just like bullets, you cannot hold on to courage. You must immediately allocate it into different abilities. Look at that. That is awesome looking. We haven't had to use this yet. I haven't taken any huge hits at the moment. Good to know, though, we can use it at least a few times now. I'm going to put these experience into our Bone of Pentacles. Almost accidentally selected bonus swords. God, I would have been furious had I done that. Let's also save the game. The attic. The attic is somewhat significantly tougher than the second floor. Let's go upstairs and put it on the map. Trained to deal with this sort of thing. You have extensive training in fighting vampires. You are familiar with both their strengths and weaknesses. All challenges that involve cups as a primary suit receive a +1 modifier, number of cards drawn to the player's hand while this story icon is active. Yes, not all tokens are bad, so this is great for us. I'm tempted to actually stay up here, but no. The Ghost Handyman. You are suddenly confronted with the appearance of a ghost that seems to phase in from out of thin air. It stares at you and then turns away to kneel down and mimic the act of working on something around the sink. Suddenly, ghostly red tentacles leap out of the plumbing and the ghost works violently to keep them at bay. Despite all your training, the manifestation sends tendrils of fear deep into your mind. Oh, well, I hope there's pentacles on the board. You can't quite get used to this. Maybe you should check out into early retirement if you get out of this. Whew. You're watching the ghost of some long-dead handyman go about fixing an imaginary leak on a sink. The ghost begins to whistle a haunting melody and goes about its business, paying you no heed. The red ghost tentacles continue to slip out of the plumbing, and the ghost plumber steadily works to fix the leak. You sense that the ghost isn't focused on this location. It probably travels all over the estate, making supernatural repairs. Oh, it's getting tougher and tougher for us to communicate with these things. And it's not going to get any easier for us. We'll try twice. You decide to enter a trance and use your skills as a medium to find out what the ghost is up to. Perhaps it knows something about the house that can help you. You attempt to establish contact, but you can't seem to get the ghost's attention. Your head begins to ache. A little easier now. One additional trick and one additional draw. Let's try it. That's a good hand. That's a good hand. I want to win, so I'm playing the king immediately. You establish contact and psychically clear your throat. The ghost looks up at you with a troubled look on its face. It wants your help. Darn it. I won't be able to fix this without me wrench. Can you go and fetch it for me? I left it around here somewhere. Had a big leak and needed to seal it. These damn things are everywhere. The ghost goes back to his work. It looks like a wrench might indeed help him out. You wonder just what type of wrench he needs. We'll find it. Oh, in a bathroom. Everyone, we detected a secret door. A secret locked door. A floating eye. You notice a shiny reflection of light in front of you, as if someone was holding a metal shield or some such object. As you approach the reflection, you start to feel uneasy. The air grows cold, and you see a light, vaporous fog appear around your feet. Suddenly, out of the gloom, the shiny object reveals itself as a grotesque floating eye, and the sight is horrifying. I don't think I've ever encountered this before. Oh my god, no. What the hell is that? Oh, it's a good draw. Our two kings will see us to victory. Wow, they did indeed. Your mind is strong. You have seen things far worse than this. Wow, 4 arcane power. A shame, we can't use it. You've read about the floating eyes of Kachan, but you never thought you would actually see one. The dossier file says to be very careful to avoid their gaze, or else you will find yourself paralyzed and out of luck. I'm tempted to run. We have a good chance, though, of cutting it. If Ulysses could blind the Cyclops, You shouldn't have any problem with this. Well, that'll let us win. A shame. Because using a key on a 2 is pretty poor. But whatever. We've definitely beaten the eye now. No pentacles, huh? Let's use the page. Good thing we did. You won the battle. The eye drops to the floor in a puddle of blue ichor. That was awesome. Let's spend those to get my Bone of Pentacles. Now we should finally be able to use our magic spell when I need to. Next. I'm thinking we need a evade trap edge next. Or we increase our pentacles. Pentacles, Tim, is probably the best thing you can do. Grab pentacles and then get an evade trap edge. Or melee edge again. A bonus combat feat might be helpful too. Let's place these in the pentacles. We're going for that next. We've been extremely lucky with all the experience we're earning. Like, it is fantastic. Now, I might not do this quest because I remember the tentacles being extremely difficult to get past, to get the wrench. You discovered a secret wooden door. It blends in almost seamlessly with the wall, but your keen senses were still able to detect it. Finding it is one thing. Figuring out how to open it is another. We could bash it open, but I think instead... Oh, well, we can bash it in with our face. Let's do this. It looks sturdy, but with a little effort, you might be able to kick or shoulder your way through. Secret doors aren't supposed to be sturdy, just hard to find after all. Oh, God. Okay. We need swords. We got swords. Let's immediately defeat this. Do I want to? I do. You battered down the door. So much for being a secret. The way now lies open. Hello, look at this room. A seance room, it looks like. There's a crystal ball on the table in the center. Some sort of weird chair or large scroll with inscriptions on it as well. A ghostly seance. You notice the crystal ball set on the large wooden table almost immediately. You have obviously stumbled upon a seance room of some sort. As you approach the crystal ball, it suddenly fills with a swirling cloud of white smoke, and a face materializes inside. You are caught off guard by the sudden appearance of the supernatural fortune teller. Well, we get pentacles. Nice. Let's definitely spend the king. The king takes the queen. We have both in our hand. There's no reason to spend the most important one to take the highest level card that could have shown up to challenge our pentacles. Your mind is strong. You've seen things far worse than this. In fact, this isn't your first run-in with the crystal ball and the fortune teller. The face in the smoke begins to speak. You soon realize that it doesn't seem to be aware that you are even there. It seems to be communicating with the spirit world directly. You catch glimpses of motion around the periphery of the table. Ghostly shapes soon appear seated around the table. You could swear you hear a tambourine rattle. Maybe they're trying to communicate with me. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to really communicate with them. That's way too high. It's simply not worth the effort. We'll lose lots of sanity. Alright, well, let's defeat another Class 1 haunting. The haunting manifests itself as a dim ball of light. It has no sense of its previous life or existence. It wanders hopelessly lost. You should exercise caution. These haunts cannot be reasoned with, and they can be lethal if disturbed. And by the way, everyone, yes, there are other hauntings present in the game. We'll get to them much later, though. Wow, this one's pretty easy. You decide to use your psychic talents to dispel the ghost and send it to the spirit world. It will most likely resist. Oof, I said it was easy, and I shouldn't have said that. Our hand draw is god-awful. Well, not awful, but we didn't get a single success. You engage in a psychic duel with the ghost. It overwhelms your psychic defenses and try to get into your mind. Again. Alright, well, we've won. That's good. You engage in a psychic duel with the ghost. It turns its mindless anger and desperation against you, but you prevail. You feel that whatever it was before would thank you for the peace you gave it. Save the game anyway. Shame. There's going to be quite a few encounters of that sort that we won't be able to actually successfully do. No other horrible traps up here? I'm very surprised, actually. Oh god, one of the vampire wives. There are 3 of them, if I recall correctly. They are all very difficult. You catch the faintest motion out of the corner of your eye and realize immediately that something is very wrong. You slowly turn to face the threat, and it is as bad as you had imagined. One of the vampire elder's wives emerges slightly from the gloom with a hiss. Yeah, resist the horror. You can feel the creature radiating a dark aura of fear. She wants you to panic and do something stupid. And with this hand, we are going to do exactly that. Your mind is weak. You start to shake and tremble. You know that she is causing this, but there is nothing you can do to stop it. You just want to run. 5 cards. At least while we have this in our hand, the damage reduction from the first one is reduced by 2. Holy crap. So let's take a look at this, actually. So we've got 6 points. Let's see if we lose 6 or 4 points. 4. You've read that the reports on how the other vampire covens were cleaned out, and you suspected you might encounter something like this. When she begins to talk directly into your mind, you start to get worried. Come a little closer, won't you? My name is Celine, and I have a gift for you. We can try fleeing. Psychic duel is not going to go so well for us. Knifing her to death will, though. You'll need to pierce its heart, incapacitate it, and then remove its head from its body. But we've got the best chance of doing that. It's not a bad draw. It's not bad, but it could be a lot better. We can use my spell now that we have the whatchamacallit, the Bone of Pentacles. Let's see if we can win without needing it, though. I will spend the king to get the guaranteed win here. I'm not going to risk that one of these is another cups. That worked out for us. Wonderful. You strike and incapacitate the creature. Acting quickly, you pierce its heart and then sever its head before it can free itself. Van Helsing would be proud. Wonderful. 5 courage, we only need 1 more point. 2 more experience tokens. 1 health and the devil. Oh, this grants us a flat +1 pentacle bonus. Replenish all charge for any spell cards in your inventory that require charge after this card is used to take a trick. That's wonderful. We can now afford to use spells, and we can re-energize all of them when we spend the devil. Our pentacles is now 5, and we up it to 6. I think we'll grab either a Hyperborean spell or finally take a talisman edge of some sort next. I was very nervous about the vampire wives. I think another one's in the attic and another one's in the cellar. Oh no, the strange wrench. You see a large wrench that has been attached to a very old steam pipe that runs along the top of the wall. The wrench seems to be the focus of something supernatural, possessing a slight aura of some sort. The aura radiates a hint of eldritch evil, as far as you can tell, but it's more like a warning, danger, caution. Twist the wrench to remove it. You decide to twist the wrench to remove it. It looks old and nearly rusted onto the bolt, but sometimes kicking a hornet's nest stirs things up. Are you sure about this? Yes, I'm sure. This also counts as a lock, so I should leave one intact if I don't think I can win. I will spend the 5 here and hope there's another Wands card and not the King. Okay, we're nearing the end. I'll spend the Queen now. Oh, there was a King there. Good thing we selected the one we did before we got the King. I have no rhyme or reason why I select cards. I'm just pick randomly. It wasn't easy, but you pull the wrench until the grudgling comes free. At first nothing happens, but then the pipe begins to rattle. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea after all. Ghost tentacles. You step back from the pipes, but it's too late. Tendrils of red vapor swirl from out of the pipe and coalesce into giant tentacles. You can feel an oppressive eldritch evil now permeate the room. You can feel its hunger. The tentacles seek you out, and you are certain that they want to consume your soul. You fight to keep your courage from utterly leaving you at this crucial moment. The tentacles intend to floss with your soul, and the idea is very disturbing. No face cards. We have a single 10. The cups are our best effort. Do we get... Oh, that's a page of cups. We still win, holy crap, and not with our pentacles, but with a 6 and a 3. You have kept your sanity. You stand your ground and maybe even feel a bit stronger. The ghost tentacles flail at you, attempting to wrap themselves around you and then seek out your soul. It's an embrace that would leave your body lifeless on the cold floor and your essence transformed into some bar part of a spiritual food chain. Engaging it in a psychic duel or flee them. Let's do one round of combat and then we'll run, assuming this doesn't destroy us. You know that you can fight and even destroy this apparition by channeling and directing your psychokinetic energy, but you have no doubt that failure will be very costly. It's a decent hand. We have a king, a knight, and a page, and they're on separate types of cards, but we don't have many high-level number cards. We win. You beat back the ghostly tentacles and crumple them up into a ball. You then open a small ethereal tear in our dimension and stuff the ghostly ball within. Yeah, so we didn't have to kill the tentacles. We only had to had to rip the wrench away. We could go back and turn that quest in, but I think we'll go down this way. What quests have we completed so far? Very few of them. We have the head for the hunter. We have to go back and deliver the lines correctly. And that's, and the wrench. Oh, wow, we still have plenty of quests to do. Have I left any rooms unopened or explored on this side? No. Oh, man. Okay. We have time to do another room or two. So let's see what we have in here. Another locked secret door. You've discovered a secret wooden door. It blends in almost seamlessly with the wall, but your keen senses were still able to detect it. Finding it is one thing. Figuring out how to open it is another. We will... Oh, this is going to be really tough. Bash the door in. Although that's physical damage if we lose. But yeah, we'll do that. Oh, God. Terrible draw. At least we have a Knight of Swords. We're going to hold on to it. On the off chance we actually have another better swords around. We don't. This shouldn't be so difficult. Next time we want to put more muscle into it. 4 draw. Ah, Ill Omen. This card's an Ill Omen and will decrease your luck. Oof. Oh, God. Holy crap. You've discovered a locked wooden secret door. Okay, that sucked. Let's try it again. I'm going to play the queen to reduce the damage we take, and we successfully managed to do it. Wow, that was way too tough. You battered down the door. So much for being a secret. The way now lies open. Oh, thank God. Okay, we recovered the 1 point of luck we lost, and we regained a health point. Oh my God, this room. There'll be cultists in here. It looks like there's a cultist praying to this ancient creature. There's something... I think the seance room, actually, may put you in this chamber. There'll be a difficult battle on the other side of this door. Let's do it. Let's do it now. That'll be it. The Sorcerer Priest of the Secret Shrine. You are completely surprised by the sight of a Sorcerer Priest of the Tentacled Ones. It is a sorcerer of some sort, and already swirling red balls of power are forming up within its grasp. You have heard stories of such creatures, but the sudden appearance of one has sent you teetering on the brink of panic. The taint of elder alien gods permeates this place, and the horrific nature of the Sorcerer Priest is enough to send even a grizzled odd agent running away in terror. That's a fantastic anti-horror draw there. Shame this isn't our combat draw. You have kept your sanity. You've had a few brushes with squiddies, and they don't frighten you in the least. Wow, 3 sanity. The Sorcerer Priest isn't even stopping for pleasantries. You are an intruder, and it intends to cleanse you from its temple as quickly as possible. You have to decide now whether to stand and make a fight of it, or just run for your life. Flee, use sorcery, or attack. Realistically, we should attack. We have more card draw, even if it is 1 higher target level. It may look like something out of a fisherman's nightmare glowing with sorcerous energy, but you are also pretty sure it will bleed. We better get a wands or we're losing this. That's really what it comes down to. This isn't looking good. Okay, thank God. The creature's lifeless body falls to the floor. Temperance. All successful challenges that do not normally have a chance to generate a skill token card have a small chance to do so, and any challenge that normally would has its chance increased by 50% while this card is in your inventory. The Secret Tentacle Shrine. Your attention is caught by the soft flickering light of the candles in the gloom. Then you notice the curving shapes that the candles are perched upon. You are viewing a stone shrine of some sort. Suddenly you realize that the curved shapes are stone tentacles spread out in front of you. There is an aura of absolute evil that pervades the area around this secret shrine. As your gaze comprehends the entire outline of the shrine, you shrink back in horror. You're confronted by what is obviously a stone carving depicting one or another of the elder alien gods. The tentacled ones, as they are known. Cold tentacles sweep out and seem to draw you into the maw of the creature. You must fight to keep your sanity. I'll use the queen here. Alright, and we have decimated this. Let's use a 6. I'm feeling lucky. Hey, wonderful. You have kept your sanity. You recognize the tentacled illusion for what it is and shrug off its attempt to deceive you. You stand before an imposing stone sculpture depicting one of the legendary alien gods of the tentacled pantheon. You sense a palpable aura of evil emanating from the shrine. Dark magics permeate the very rock from which it was carved. This is part of a quest, and we don't have the starting quest thing yet. Let's save the game. How are we looking on time? 4 more tokens. Another Class 1 Haunting. I'm not going to bother reading it anymore. We've read it often enough. Nice. Another ghost defeated. To experience points, we don't need the arcane energy. We have 4 total. I really want a Hyperborean spell, so we're going to hold on to our experience and aim for 1 more. Hello. Coffin room. Oh my god, that's bad. 2 encounters here as well. A bookshelf. You see rows and rows of books. Most of the material is quite pedestrian, and what you would expect to find in the library of a large estate like this. However, occasionally you come across an item that is more esoteric, and you wonder what secrets and knowledge might be hidden here. You'll never know, unless you look, of course. You decide to inspect the bookshelf more closely. You scan over the titles and occasionally pull out a volume to get a better look. That's a good draw. I'm very happy with that. Nice. Use the page on the 10. We have a 9 for you, King of Wands. We have a king to guarantee our victory. Come on, it's a shame. Alright, give me a spell. Give me a spell. This looks promising. You think you might have found something. Come on. Yes! That's a spell of some sort. What is this? It's an Eldritch spell. Alright, we'll take a look at it when we're done. You searched this bookshelf before. Perhaps you didn't know what to look for at the time. Okay. Where is that spell? Chain Spirit. Roll 1 bone and select a revealed non-face trick card and swap it with its matching played card. Oh! And then draw X cards, where X is a number of pentacles rolled divided by 2. So, if let's say that there's a 10 on the board and we play a 2, we could cast Chain Spirit and then swap them, so our card becomes the trick and the trick becomes our card. We would earn points, obviously, for the success, and then draw, perhaps, additional cards. Awesome. And this is using Psychic, which is wonderful because that's against ghosts. We couldn't have hoped for a better card, a better spell than that. A living gargoyle statue. Your attention is drawn to a large statue of a truly horrific and bizarre-looking gargoyle. It sits on a pedestal with its arms wrapped around its legs. You feel a sudden shock shoot down your spine as you notice its eyelids blink open. The stone statue is alive. You fight to control a growing tide of fear that is sweeping over you. We have a great draw for this. Wow. Fantastic. Your mind is strong. You have seen things far worse than this. The gargoyle stretches itself out and unfurls its large wings. You note the razor-sharp claws. Before you realize it, it moves forward to attack you. Alright then, let's do this. Why is this sorcery magic wand? This should be pentacles. That's a really poor decision there. Alright. Well, we're going to beat it up. It's most likely animated by sorcery, but it has a physical body. You decide to hit it with everything that you have. We could also just run, but I think we'll just try to beat it up. 2 twos is pretty bad. We do have a single King of Cups, though. We can also roll extra cards if we need it, but we won't need to. Wonderful. Just like that, we have won. Glad that was the first cups that we had as well. Hello, King of Swords. You won the battle. The gargoyle falls to the floor and shatters into small pieces. Oof. We have a wands penalty, though, for as long as we're going to carry the coin in our hand. We need to double back and spend that. That is used where? On the busts. That was over on the left-hand side, if I recall correctly. That means going back across the second floor and down the stairs over here to turn it in. Although it might be faster. Or is it? We'll probably draw, well, we will probably draw another token on the way back here. But I need my wands up higher. I do not like that penalty. Let's do it. I need to know where it is. Let's step downstairs here. A pack of ghouls. Okay, ghouls. You would know these canine features and that smell anywhere. The odd has been called in more than once to fight ghoul infestations. Calcutta, Chicago, London, Fond du Lac. They seem to pop up everywhere. You remember the briefings. Hit them hard and they will scatter. Don't let them swarm you or get behind you. Make sure you get any wounds, especially bite wounds, treated immediately. It's not an even fight, but whomever said life was fair. Poor ghouls. It's a decent draw. You might do this. Let's spend the queen and win. Lots of wands today. You won the battle. The ghouls are no match for you. They fall where they stood, and the puddle of blood on the floor is now bigger than ever. Wonderful. 6. Let's grab another spell. Chant of Azathoth. Roll 1 bone, select a revealed face card, and transform it into an ace. Then draw X card, so that lowers a face card down to an ace. Wow, that is awesome. If a drawn card has a numerical value of less than or equal to the number of pentacles rolled, add 2 points. This sounds amazing. I can't imagine why I wouldn't take Chant of Azathoth. What does this do? This selects a non-face card in my hand, discard it, and oh wow! And add the numerical value of that card to X random non-face cards of the same suit in your... Alright, that's too specific, so I wouldn't take this. We'd have to get a very lucky card draw. Select revealed trick cards and transform them into non-face cards of the same suit with value Y, where Y is the number of cards selected multiplied by 2. I see. Interesting. That could be good as well. select a non-face card in your hand, discard and add the numerical value of that card to X random non-face played cards of the same suit. Now, too specific, though it does give us a single card. What does this one do? Select a non-face card in your hand, discard it, and subtract the numerical value of that card from X random revealed trick cards. And then draw a card. That would reduce... discard and then subtract the numerical value. That could be useful as well. Wow, this selects X non-face cards of the same suit in my hand and converts them to all the pages. How about that? Beat all the numbers up on the screen. I'm thinking, though, that I really want Chant of Azasoth. Let's take it. Next, we'll go for a Talisman Edge. Now, where over here? I thought it was over here were the talking heads. They were, and we made the good choice going down where we did. While we're over here, we might as well turn in the quest to the big game, the Hunter. You can alternatively take the head to the wall where the other heads are located, his trophy wall, and turn it in, and then the heads there wants you to kill the Hunter, and you get a reward from them. But we are right here, right now, so we will give this back to the Hunter. The busts were once members of a family that resided here. The story is muddled and conflicting from the various heads but you are sure they are lying about what happened to some extent. But the short of it is that they were cursed by a Black Lodge sorcerer. They are unanimous in their opinion, though, that you can help them. The sorcerer also cursed a statue of a gargoyle. It resides somewhere in the house and contains a coin inside that, when used properly, can break the curse. You decide to approach the singing bust with the cursed coin and free them. You read the inscription on the coin and it magically separates into 5 pieces. You place a fragment into the mouth of each of the busts, careful not to forget the cracked one on the floor. After the last head swallows its fragment, you see glowing spirits rise from each head and then evaporate. It seems they have left you a reward. The Sun. All edges that you possess are increased on level, if able, after this card is used to take a trick. I am really tempted to take that, to use that, especially after I take a Talisman Edge. That would level Lightning Reflexes to 3, never gives up to 3, Pin Sense to 2, Combat Anatomy to 2, whatever Talisman Edge I take to 2. I can't think of a reason not to spend it immediately. That is fantastic, although it would lower the amount of whatever these cards are called by 1. Look at this. I very rarely have had the success I'm having with Harley Faerun. It is wonderful. Cheers, mate. I am Colonel Von Pelt. Oh, we have to bring the head back to the wall. Well, while we're here, I think we'll defeat the Mortician. The strange man continues to approach you, striding forward with an unnatural gait. The spiked ball now launches itself at high speeds towards you. It's either fight or flee at this point. Holy crap, you came here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and you're all out of bubblegum. I thought it was reversed. I would really like to play that card, but I want that Talisman Edge first. So we're gonna wait. If we get a really high points here, we might be able to actually like we get a lot of experience points from this, we might be able to take it, and then the next quest will level. I'm going to spend the King of Wands, because I've already won, so now I'm all in. Darn you, King. There's no reason for me to cast my spell. There's nothing I can do with my dagger. You make quick work of the strange man. You are pretty sure he's dead. Whether or not he's human is a whole different question. Merlin's Cap. Whatever you might take an impairment card after it has been revealed during the results phase, there is a 50% chance that it will be discarded instead. An impairment card is a really bad card that affects your wands or pentacles in some way. Like, it would be like you double, well, Until we draw one, it'll be hard to describe them. Just know that this is fantastic. Plus, this gives me +1 pentacles, at the cost of consuming 2 of my pentacles inventory space. It does, however, give us +1 pentacles as well, so we still have room for 2 spells left. That's a long way to go back upstairs. We still haven't found the toys yet. Oh, there's a bunch of room here. I'm thinking our best bet is to go back upstairs, back the way we came, and then explore more of the second floor up where we were, and then the attic. Then we can come back here and explore the rest of the first floor, wrap up any quests that we have, and then go downstairs. But we'll pick up in the next episode for that, everyone. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later. Take care, everyone.